are on this not really that busy road, but we're at the end of Borough of Reigate and Banstead. We're in Banstead. Here's our sign for the London Loop, and we are walking backwards over section 6, I believe. Let me double check on my go-to navigation, which is going jauntily. London Loop section 6. So this goes from Coulsdon South to Banstead. I'm doing it backwards, just over this lovely golf course. I don't know if you can see through the trees. There's one of the holes. I'm kind of doing it backwards. So I'm starting off at Banstead station, go straight onto this golf course. It kind of crosses over section 7. That there's this little bit here and a T-junction, which if you watch a previous video you would have seen me reach, but here we are at the top of this. Sort of opens up and straight away you get a little bit confused about where you are. You can see the golfers coming up, so I'm going to try and avoid them, but the sort of path disappears a little bit and it's hard to navigate where you are. But if you look right across just past that golfer, there is a little way marker, and that's where we're heading. And I'm going to try and avoid getting hit by golf clubs, or golf balls. So we'll see. So I've just crossed over the golf course and I'm heading into this like fantastic little tree tunnel, which I've done this before and got caught up by a bit of misdirection about where you should actually go. So I did kind of think I was heading sort of up this way, but no, you actually head up through here. There's a point, there's like a T-junction where the two sections of the London Loop, section 6 and section 7, just sort of overlap a little bit, only because, well, that's what Banstead station is, back that way, and they both have to start and finish at some point. And we're slowly approaching that, I think, but I just wanted to have a little ramble of just me talking, really. We found some little marker. Oh, here we go, you see. It's confusing, but I'm heading into this little tree tunnel here, which again is brilliant, and it's definitely time-lapse worthy, so I'm going to switch to that. Try and navigate instructions backwards kind of comes with its own challenges. I am kind of supposed to be crossing a fairway across a very faint path, and the truth of the matter is it is a very faint path, so I'm just kind of trying to follow where I'm going on the map whilst avoiding golf balls and the like. I'm trying not to get myself hit, but it's quite nice just walking along this a little bit. I'm heading to a main road, so I can hear that, so that's at least one good sign. But I'll just slide through here. I think these guys fire off. Yeah, clearly those guys playing golf were waiting for me to cross the course. There's a little marker just there, which I kind of just noticed. The sun's getting quite low, so it's hard to see. And now I'm in the kind of the wood bit. But as soon as I entered the bushes, I could just heard the little ping of the golf balls go, and hearing where they were landing was probably about where I was. So I'm kind of glad they waited. But we're heading to kind of crossing over an A road here, so we'll see where this takes us. Yeah, this is the A road that I've just crossed. You got a fantastic view of the city. Really hard to see, but it is an amazing view. But to get from the golf course to Banstead Commons, you kind of have to, well, there's still more golf course here, but you kind of have to cross that dual carriageway AA road. Here we are in Banstead Commons. I've said it before and I'll say it again, kind of when you're crossing over all these golf courses like I am now, it is quite confusing. Apparently I'm on a path, it's hard to tell. I've done this before when it was kind of snowing, and it's much easier because you can actually see where people are walking dogs and what have you. But it's quite windy, so apologies for the audio. We just get this spectacular view way off in the distance past the golfers of the city and cranes and all that in the foreground, but looks like we're kind of ducking back into some woods now, and the golfers can not worry about hitting me on the head with their balls, and hopefully it won't be so windy so the audio can get a bit better as well. But yeah, lovely day it is. The problem with having all these cameras is that you're kind of at the mercy of batteries, and it's just happened to me. I've got my DJI Pocket 2, which has an internal battery which is now almost flat, and that's what I've been using to do time lapses with. And I have a power bank, a really good power bank that acts as a handle, but that wasn't fully charged. I didn't pay. Everything else is charged except for that. So I may just do a lot more of this on the Insta360 One X2, which is what this is, and see where we go from there, as those have batteries that can be replaced a bit easier. But what is this? We've just come under, is that an old railway bridge? No, it's a current railway bridge, and it's a bit bright, but it could be quite an interesting spot for a 360, I think. That's good. Banstead Downs or Banstead Commons, or what the real difference is. Well, it seems we finally got away from golf, which is nice. And again, it's a little bit open, a little bit windy, so maybe the audio isn't fantastic. And there's certainly a few more walkers and dog walkers and everything like that around here. So it just seems a bit nice. And look, there we are. Found another London Loop waymark, and there are a few other walks around here as well, so sometimes a bit confusing. You just see a post and follow the post, and you actually end up on the wrong walk. There's another one which heads sort of over that way, but we took a 360 just down on the bridge there. It just follows the train line, but again it's quite bright, so not sure how that'll come out. Yeah, it's just quite lovely here. We are approaching a B road, I think, which we've got to cross over, but it's quite nice and quiet here, and you get the nice sort of, there is a slight noise as the wind coming through the trees. Not a lot of bird sounds, but I thought it'd be quite nice just to walk down here, take advantage of the omnimal directional microphones. Pop the camera up a little bit higher just so you can appreciate everything here. So I'm going to do that now. I'm dealing with certain challenges doing these walks. But I'm filming. One of the biggest challenges is getting run over. And then filming and wondering where I'm going. And I've reached a crossroads, kind of in both. And I think I'm just carrying straight up. Looks like they should be going down there, but again, we're into woodlands again. And it's just fantastic. And what I might do now is actually switch to a much taller pole, selfie stick, and just get a shot of all these trees here, which are looking fantastic. We'll do that now. To be honest, there's not a lot I can really say about this part of the walk, other than it's absolutely lovely, especially in autumn, with just these path sort of tree tunnels with leaves on the floor. And the change, I nearly fell over. You know, the changing colours of the trees. Now, this is late November, so there's still some greenery around, but also all these amazing colours as well, and kind of blessed with lovely weather as well. Not ideal for 360 photography, you know, because you get the sun and it is kind of tricky to light, but for kind of just taking pictures, it's absolutely amazing. I do have a stills camera with me, but to be honest, when I'm out filming using a couple of different cameras, using more than 2 or 3 feels like a bit overkill. But I have taken pictures on this walk before, so I might kind of search the archives and put these in the video. But yeah, this path goes on for a bit. We've got fields here with some stables. I wonder if we've got any horses. Can't see any out. There's definitely signs that horses come down here. See that? I imagine it's a bit bumpy. I imagine we have a bit more rain. This gets pretty messy down here, pretty muddy. But right now it's fantastic. Just coming up, there's a few. There's our London loop signs, so we're not tempted to go off following the wrong footpaths. What's this sign here? Oh, it just says public footpath. Okay. We carry on. Well, it looks like we're slowly reaching the end of this bridle path. some stables here. And then we're heading into a little bit of Oaks Park, which could be interesting. Again, like I said, we're doing this backwards, so I have actually done this the right way round. And it wasn't obvious that you had to head up this bridle path, so I think the sign was bent. We'll still see if we'll find out if it's still like that. But it's lovely the way it sort of narrows here. I should really be concentrating on where I'm walking. So I feel like my ankle's already gone. We'll carry on. So this is what I was talking about, the sign. If you're doing this walk the right way, it's quite confusing where this is pointing. And these routes up here, you want to do that one on the right hand side, which is where I've just come down from. But as I'm going backwards, I feel like I know where I'm going now. What, golf being played over here? And I'm just going to follow this road down, see what we can see. Right now we just turned almost back on ourselves and looking into a bridleway into Oaks Park, which is quite cool. Well, here we are in Oaks Park, and it feels like we're just sort of skirting the edge of it, really. There's a woodland craft centre apparently, looking at the map just here, and then we're going to kind of head out, but I just got this really cool little area here which I'm going to try a shot of. I'm trying to extend all the way. The London Loop sign. Here we go. Right, I think we're going up here. Yeah, so we're 2.5 miles from Coulsdon. There is a little cafe right here in Oaks Park, aptly named Oaks Park Cafe. I don't know where I'm going. Oaks Park Cafe, which I can definitely recommend. I just had a nice bit of lunch, so I feel rejuvenated. I'm going in the wrong direction. Let me retrack. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter too much which way we go. We've got an A road which you can hear just over to my right here. We got a crossover as we kind of leave Oaks Park and head across the Mayfield Lavender, or the Mayfield Lavender field. I think I'm going in the right direction. It's just like this little tiny little crossing we're trying to find. There's our London Loop sign, and there's our proper bridleway crossings with the little horse. Okay. Oh, the sun's coming down again. I'm not sure it even went up. So we're just overlooking the Mayfair Lavender field. You can see don't know if you can see the red phone box in the middle. It's kind of a strange sort of place. A lot of people sort of come here for photo shoots and things. Obviously they grow lavender and then they sell it for whatever different things you sell that lavender for. But mostly people like to come here and take pictures and stick them on Instagram. I mean, I've done that in the past. I'm going over the style. There we go. You know, but I feel I'm a studio photographer and I kind of feel that there's plenty of people doing these lavender shots. You got to pay a fee to the lavender field to use it, which is fair enough. I feel like it's not really the thing that I want to be doing, is standing in a field with children scared of bees and all of that sort of stuff. Not that exciting to me. But part of this walk is that we do cross over the field, but right at the top end. So that might be quite interesting to get a 360 shot there. I've done that before. And again, out of season, I quite like it out of season. You can still see the lines of lavender, but you haven't got that strong purple. It's a tight fit down this little path. Yeah. Strange. So this is where London Loop kind of crosses a bit of private land. Like I said, we're over Mayfield lavender field, as you can see here, red phone box down there, and it is completely private land. And this isn't the entrance we come in. There's a notice that makes it clear this isn't the main entrance to the lavender field, and it is private land and you should respect that. But part of London Loop is we just cross over this little path here and we sort of pass it by, but it's quite spectacular even out of season. And I think it's even better because you still get the idea of a lavender field, but you haven't got all these people. Let me stick right up. As I said, I've only really got a couple, 2.5 miles probably left of this section, but I'm not going at a particular fast pace, and I have just stopped for lunch. But I think I'll just walk along here and just appreciate lavender field. Put you up a little bit. A slightly different London Loop sign there. I'm kind of doing a bit of main road. Wait for those cars to pass. Doing a little bit of road and then I think we're ducking back in. Again. You can see the city just on the horizon over there. Here we go. We're heading up. I love these. I don't even know what you call that. Oh, we just squeezed through. Okay. So we're back on grass. We've got Carshalton Road Pastures, and it looks like there's a. We're pretty much going to follow that countryside walk, I think. There we go, let's have a little look on the map. trees. Let's see what it looks like. I doubt very much of it come out on the video, but we are getting these just most spectacular views. The city, you can see the Shard and everything. As we came into this lane, there was a lovely view of these. I think it's the Sapphire building in Croydon, and I think we can just about make out somewhere down that way. Oh, that was Canary Wharf. Yeah, somewhere that way. You obviously see the towers. TV towers in Crystal Palace, but this walk here is just this real treat. Keeps on popping up these little tunnels tunnels of trees, and there's not really many people around, so it's just nice just to stroll down. This is so enclosed and the light's quite fantastic that I think I'll stop and get a 360 shot. Now I think I'm going to have to put you up so we see there. So I think this house we can just about make out was one of the homes that were built after the Second World War for troops sort of returning, and the house and land, and they can do whatever they want with it. There's lots written about it. I'm not the best person to ask, but I think they're all kind of sold off now to not the original owners and things. But it's just a nice little bit of local history, really, about what different councils and government were doing at the time. Yeah, I'm going to put you down because I've got my tripod on. We get a 360. Yeah, got a better view here, so I'm just going to read this out. This is from the TfL. They do a PDF download of the route, and they just pick out some little do you know type bits of information. And it says the houses you see here are all the same style. They were built for troops coming back after World War One, not Second World War. To what Prime Minister Lloyd George described as a land fit for heroes. I mean, look at that. The scheme was not very successful, but vegetables are still grown in some of the plots today, and I think they've all been sold to different people. Still, just I love the little tunnel we're in, but at the same time I feel like we're kind of being fenced off from like these kind of spectacular views we've got here as well, especially with sort of late afternoon sun coming down. But you know, it's not so bad. Walks I've just sort of emerged into civilization again. The Jack and Jill pub for sale. Sort of walking along the road a little bit. It's eerily quiet here. Trying to find my next London. I better get off out the road. There's a car coming. And that looks like a London Loop sign. I think I'm turning off. No, I'm not turning off at all, but look at this tree. Let's get right underneath this. So I kind of feel that for the last half mile or so, I've kind of been like going uphill, ever so slightly, but going uphill, and I've been kind of waiting for the view. And kind of here it is. It's hard to, you're never really going to see it properly with a 360 wide angle lens, but I will try. I cross over. I mean, it is quite spectacular, you know. I was hoping for like a kind of view over the city, but everything's quite far away. As we kind of walk down this sort of residential section, I think this is kind of like the top point where we just get this lovely view. Sort of, I guess it's a valley, isn't it? Buses to Coulsdon. Now I'm supposed to be going to Coulsdon South. And that bus is going the other way, so hopefully I'm going the right way. It does kind of feel we're on some big push now into Coulsdon at the end of the section, or really the start of the section. So I'm going to kind of probably finish my narration now as the sun's going slowly down. And there might be some interesting shots that I'll get as we get into town. We'll see. We're crossing a railway, so why not get a quick shot here. Just at the end here at Coulsdon South station, but then I just noticed this milestone marker. So 37.5 miles from Westminster Bridge. Thought that'd be a nice little way to finish off. I'm going to dash across this road while the news are lights. Yeah, that'll be the end of that section.